Hey guys, Jake Ryder coming back at you with another review. If you haven't already, hit that like button and that subscribe button. Behind me I have the 2018 Grand Cherokee TrackHawk by Jeep, and this is one beast of a car, and I'm ready to tell you guys about it. I'm going to continue with starting from the front and moving towards the back. First off, unlike the base model Grand Cherokee, this is more aggressive. There is a giant lip on the bottom, just puts it out there. It says, alright, look at me, I'm mean, and I'm coming after you. This car it looks so much like a beast. Daytime running headlights, honeycomb grille, fully functional, sucks in a lot of air, and the hood as well sucks in a lot of air to fuel that 6.2 liter V8 that is supercharged. And I'm going to move you guys into the engine bay, and I'm going to show you guys that engine because it is a beautiful engine. Before I move into the engine bay, I want to show you guys that there is a sensor right here in the middle. I don't know if you can see it very well, but driving on the highway, it can distribute how far you want the person in front of you to be. Now that I have the hood popped, I'm going to jump up front and I'm going to open it for you guys. I'm going to talk about the gas mileage that it makes and the horsepower that it puts down. And man, this car is a beast. Underneath the hood reveals a 6.2 liter V8 engine that puts out about 650 to 707 horsepower, depending on how much throttle you're giving it and what package you have on the car. This car with the supercharger, I mean, it just looks so aggressive. I'm going to give you guys a better look of the engine right now. It is just a beautiful car, and it is beautifully made, and it just looks like a mean machine. Can you let's just look at this thing. It has a giant air intake right here, as you can see, and just a beautiful, I don't know if you can see it right now, that logo, the SRT logo, and the Hemi. The 2019 Jeep Grand Cherokee TrackHawk comes with 20-inch rims in the front and the back, and they are giant and they are sticky, and you know that these are going to give you the kind of power transfer to the road that it's not going to slip too much. But it also has Brembo brakes, which I really like because high performance vehicles have these, and it stops this car on a dime if you need it to, and it gives you the aspect of control and stability that you need in this kind of car. Now that I've shown you guys the outside of the vehicle, well, minus the back part, because I want to save that for the last, because I know that is my most favorite part. It is so loud and so aggressive, and I know you guys are going to love it, so please stay tuned to the end. Before I go into further detail about the interior, I want to show you guys that this does have push to lock, and also if you put your hand in the inside, it unlocks, which I think is a pretty neat feature. When you first step foot into the vehicle, you know in this car, with the amount of power that it has to have some sort of grippy interior, right? Which it does. This has a ton of bolstering, and I love it because when you're going around those turns or you're tracking this vehicle, you aren't going anywhere. And I'm not a very big guy, but for it to still hug me means a lot because I love that feeling of comfortable car, but also aggressive at the same time, if you know what I'm trying to say. I'm going to jump you guys into the car, and I'm going to tell you more about the little features that it has and everything that this car comes with, because this car is loaded. I'm going to start you guys on the door, and as you can see, this is laminated carbon fiber, and it goes all around the trim of the vehicle, as you can see, and it just complements the car so well. And also it does have power windows, of course. And also you can lock the windows if you want, if you don't want them to go up or down. It also has a automatic lighting system for the headlights, so you don't have to mess around with your headlights or anything. And look at this steering wheel. You know you are in the TrackHawk because it tells you right here that you are in a TrackHawk. This is a leather stitched steering wheel, and it just feels great in my hands. It's not going to slip anything, you know, it's not going to slip too hard. It does come with an 8-speed manual transmission here with the paddle shifters. It is automatic, but you can use the paddle shifters. And it does have a bunch of Bluetooth features. You can hook it up with your phone, which I like a lot. You can answer the phone from the steering wheel. You can change the radio station from the steering wheel. If you look down here, there are different modes of driving. There's track, sport, auto, snow, and towing. Yes, this car can tow, although it is a sports vehicle. And you can turn launch control on, but I wouldn't recommend that on a back road or anything like that. That should be in a controlled environment where you know that if you mess up, it's not that big of a deal and you're not going to slip too hard. it does have your own custom, so you can customize your own drive mode if you'd like. And if you go over here, you do have a giant touchscreen. I'll go ahead and start the vehicle up for you guys. It is a push to start. And when you turn the infotainment system on, you have all of these different features, and I won't go into too far detail because I know that would take too long of this video. And on this, you have a heating steering wheel, which is very, very cool. So in the wintertime when it's cold and you want a heated steering wheel and you don't want to be cold, it does have heated and cooled seats, which I think is a brilliant move by Jeep because this is a black interior. You can get different options for interiors, but with a black interior especially, a cooled seat just feels so much better, and it's less hot in the summertime and in the spring, and just whenever it sits and bakes in the sun. This car also comes with a Harman Kardon sound system, which sounds brilliant in this car, and it's a step up from the base model, which only has a regular sound system. So I like this a lot about this car, even with the loud exhaust, which I would probably listen only to the exhaust. If you like to listen to music or talk shows or anything, this is a beautiful sound system. So we'll have a panoramic sunroof, and I'll show you guys how that works. Up here, there's a little button that you hold down, and it throws back the shade, which is awesome in this car because it can get a little toasty in here. And so if you want the vent, you go to the other side and you hold that down and it shoots it back, which is amazing on a nice, cool, windy day. But right now it's kind of hot, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut that back up. But I'm gonna show you guys a little bit more about the gauge cluster now. This is a beautiful gauge cluster. This car is just barely broken in. It's only got 1,600 miles. You got your gas mileage on this gauge cluster, but what I like is that it has 200 miles per hour on the dash, which is amazing. This car only gets about 11 in the city and 17 on the highway, so it does suck down gas, but with this kind of car, you're going to expect it to happen, and you're not going to be scared to pay for gas. But it also, if you look over here, it has this nice felt. It's felt, and it just complements the car because it goes from the plush dash and it just complements it. I don't know, I like it a lot about this car is that it flows. Everything flows and everything is just in the place it should be. And now is the time that I show you guys the back seats, and you guys are going to be pleasantly surprised about this back seat arrangement. As you can see, I have plenty of space in the back seats. This seat is all the way back in the front, but I have plenty of space, and the leather is continued in the back like it is in the front. You have your own AC back here and 115 volt AC, so you can plug in a toaster if you want to in this car. As you can see, in this car you have plenty of room. It can fit me in it, which, you know, I'm not that big, but I can fit in it. And underneath this nice mat is a spare tire, which I like a lot. And it comes with a cover that you can use to cover anything that if you have anything important and you don't want people to look in and see, or if you just don't want people to see it, you can lift that and people can't see it. It is that time, folks, for the startup of this vehicle and revs. And I'm so ready to rev this car. It's a beautiful car. It runs like a machine. Like, it's super fast. 3.5 seconds, 0 to 60, that is. And yeah, let's go ahead and start her up and give her a few revs. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like and to subscribe and hit those bell notifications down below so you know when I make another video. I hope you guys have a great day.